I don't know if you can see it. That is a retaining pond. They put in a couple years ago, I think 2 years ago. Now there's another level below that. I guess it's doing its job, I don't know. There's another hole below that hole there that you see. But I have a sump pump system in my basement. I don't know if I can get you a picture here. That's coming from my sump pump. I'm glad it's working. It was gushing out of there before. Let's just hope it keeps on working. But that's all that rain we've had. That's how big that retaining pond is. I think I'll stock it with trout. Well, let's hope the rain stops. Hello, members of the vinyl community. That was a lot of water, wasn't it? It's been raining here like for 3 days, non-stop. We catch a little break. Steve Carlson came into mind when I got a little bit of water in our adjacent laundry room. A little bit of water. That's happened one other time in the 6 years that I've lived here. But I get a little bit nervous, and you know, I'm parked down here in the record room, just making sure my sump pump keeps on working, and you know, the water goes where it's supposed to go. But hey, that's just water under the bridge. But anyway, I was looking at my views on my shorts. I was looking at my shorts on YouTube, and I showed an early Journey album, and I got 1,500 views, and I don't know why. It was this album, Journey, their debut album. It has Greg Rowley in there, Neil Sean, Ainsley Dunbar, George Tickner. We'll talk about George Tickner here in a second, and Ross Valori. And this is a totally different album than the Journey you think of when you think of Steve Perry. And that happens, I think, 78, 77, 78, he comes along, and they become more commercialized. This is a very progressive, very jazzy type of album, and in some places even kind of hard rock. And I never played this often, and for whatever reason, that one day I decided to put it up on the stereo, and I got all those views. Now, when I saw this album, I saw the guy George Tinkerer. I think he is on this album. Let me get it over here. He is on this album with this band called Bonnaroo. Now, I think that's Bobby Winkleman right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know, it's just, but I'm pretty sure it's him. And my connection with Bonnaroo is I saw them in 1975, and I only think they lasted a year, so this is also their debut album. And this is a totally different departure than the Journey album. This is sort of, I would call it soft rock. I would call it popish, maybe pre-disco-ish, if I may. And it's okay. And I can understand why it only lasted a year. But Babe Winkleman also was a founder of Frumnius Bandersnatch, which George, what do I have? What the heck his name was? George Tinkner. George Tinkner was also a member of that band. So there you have it. Frumnius Bandersnatch, Journey, Bonnaroo, and there's also a connection with Frumnius Bandersnatch, because Frumnius Bandersnatch comes from the Lewis Carroll poem Jabberwocky, which is actually a nonsense poem linguistically, but if you read it normally, it almost sounds like it has merit, has meaning. I taught psychology in high school, and we did that poem, Jabberwocky, As a matter of fact, we did a couple plays where I made them come up with a script with Jabberwocky and Geyer and Gimbal in the Wave and all that stuff. So there's a connection there. So I'm connected with these guys. Maybe, kind of. Okay? So there's that connection. And George Tickner from this Bandersnatch, I think somewhere along the line they played the Jerry Garcia band afterwards. I don't know. But hey, I just thought I'd toss that out to you. Journey, great. Also, did you ever look at albums and wonder why you have them or what you were going to do with them? I showed this just earlier today on my Instagram account, T2FTT, 2 from the trunk, _VC, in case you're wondering. And I put this out before, but did you know that Tony Basil is on there? You know, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine, you blew my... You heard me say it one other time, huh? You also heard me say about Robert Walker from Manchester. He was probably on that album, but no, he really wasn't. He really wasn't. And albums that you thought you were going to get rid of, but you're going to keep because you liked it. I had this Ventures Knock Me Out album. I wanted to give it to Don from That Old Gold Vinyl, but he already informed me he had a couple copies of this. So, you know, I don't want to give him a third or a fourth copy. So, you know, I was going to put it in a bag and see if I can turn it in for some store credit somewhere. I put it on today, and I decided I liked it. You know? So, it goes back in the collection because it played good. There's a couple songs there I liked. What did it have? She's Not There. And you know, you can do very good karaoke with Ventures if you want to. If you have the lyrics and you're down in your record room and you just want to sing. Okay. But I also found some things that I found in the thrift store. Now, if you notice, these are not the album covers that come with the albums that are in it. As a matter of fact, these are insert covers to Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. But what's in them are 2 promotional albums. One is on Capricorn Records, A New Life. This is the Marshall Tucker Band, and it's not for sale, as you can see. It's a promotional record. They seem to be in pretty good, one side seems to be in a pretty good nick, and not the other. But that's a promotional one by Marshall Tucker Band. I haven't played, I haven't cleaned them. They were sitting in a corner. And the other one is a promotional record also. It's the Doobie Brothers. Let me see if I can put that on so you can see it. That's the Doobie Brothers. What were once vices are now habits. That's also a promotional record. So I'm guessing that somebody in a music station, radio station, was cleaning things out, and he was just putting things in sleeves and gave them to Salvation Army or Goodwill. So there you have it. That's all I got. I gotta go check the sump pump. I just like saying that word, sump pump. All right, coming up 8 minutes, I'm gonna go. God bless me. God bless me. God bless you. Take care, boys and girls. I'm gonna go check the pump, make sure the rain doesn't come in anymore or anywhere. Steve Carlson, God bless you. May the force be with you. Nanu Nanu, I give him a shout out there. Also, watch Cosmic Brian too. He does such a good job. All right, gotta go. See ya. Ciao, ciao. The Queen's keeping an eye on the sump pump, I think.